Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I've got a few very interesting stories for you in this video, and I'll be starting with this one from the Daily Hodl, titled Top Crypto Strategist Maps Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Chainlink, and Swipe Trajectories, analyzes when altcoins will wake up. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not even going to tease it. He's thinking that in the short term, potentially, anyway, you're going to see XRP jump up to 40 cents, which it has not been at in some time. And I tell you what, I know what I hate, and I don't hate that. So hopefully that becomes reality. I would certainly not mind that. Plenty to talk about, but before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you would please, ever so delicately tap the like button. But don't smash the like button, because if you do, you might break it, and you will be liable for repairs or replacement. I know. Tough love on the Moon Lambo channel, but that's the way we be rolling up in here. So just a frilly little tap will do. And also go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, because if you don't, you are dead to me. All right, into the content. Crypto analyst and trader Michael Vandepop is sharing his insights on the trajectories of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Chainlink, and Swipe. The analyst, known in the industry as Crypto Michael, tells his 82,000 Twitter followers that he sees Bitcoin likely breaching resistance of $14,000 if it can hold above $13,678. And indeed, that happened. So we have the benefit of hindsight here. He thought that was in the cards, and it ultimately did occur. And I'm not going to cover all of these other coins because this is an XRP-centric channel, damn it. I'm happy to talk about Bitcoin because, let's be real, if you're talking about price action, XRP and every altcoin is just following Bitcoin, so you can't really have a full conversation pretending that Bitcoin doesn't exist. Even if you're a simple Moon Lambo running an XRP channel, you cannot do it. But here's what he had to say about XRP. Check this out. Here's a quote from Michael Vandepop. You don't want to see the price drop below 22 to 23 cents. If it holds here, that's fine. But if it loses 23 to 22 cents, I'm going to wait it out until it gets towards 19 cents, as that's the previous heavy support zone. If we do hold there, then we might be able to get another rally in towards 32 cents or maybe even 40 cents in the next cycle. And he's talking about in the short term. Obviously, I'll say this. When people talk about the next cycle, quote unquote, like next cycle, they're typically thinking the overall complete market cycle, which would include, in theory, parabolic rockets upward. That's not what he's talking about. This would not be the parabolic rocket, but that would be that'd be a substantial gain relative to where XRP is right now. So, to me, regardless, and look, I don't have a financial background. I'm not offering financial advice. Don't buy or sell anything because of me. I'm just sharing my everyday Joe Schmo opinion here. But I can't imagine this ultimately not happening. It'd be a super weird world where XRP never gets back to its all-time high and enters a new realm of price discovery. That'd be super weird to me. But the widely followed trader is also bearish. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That was the end of the XRP stuff. I almost read something unrelated to XRP, which would frankly be unforgivable. But since I caught it, you have no cause to unsubscribe from the Moon Lambo channel. I think I'm safe. All right, a shout out to XRP, who sent this next story directly to me, which is thank you very much, by the way. I tell you, Bondcrip is a machine. He sends me all sorts of awesome stories. I really wish I could cover everything that was sent to me, but I very much appreciate it. But this one's about PayPal and overall adoption in crypto. And I know we're all still kind of pissed off that PayPal's not offering XRP, but I think it's just a matter of time. And also the other thing we're not happy with about PayPal, obviously, is that you can't even hold the keys for your crypto if you purchase it on PayPal. So as long as they're at least backing every crypto they have on a one-to-one basis, then okay, then I'm not as mad. But not being able to hold your own crypto is ridiculous, in my opinion. So I suspect that's going to change. I use cryptocurrency exchange Uphold among others, and just to use Uphold as an example, fantastic exchange, but even they initially did not allow you to hold XRP yourselves, and I don't know what the rationale for that was. It may have just been something from a technical perspective they needed to work, but they wanted trading to begin on the platform, and so that happened, but people initially on Uphold could not withdraw their XRP, ever. That was it. You could just cash out, and that does it, and convert it back into United States dollars. But now you can. On Uphold, you absolutely can. And so fantastic cryptocurrency exchange. But anyway, a story like that gives me hope that ultimately you would be able to do it with PayPal. And just as time passes, it'll become increasingly weird if XRP isn't added. But, they only have, several assets to begin with that can be traded. So, and they're over 7,000. Just wait it out. It is weird because XRP is one of the top coins in terms of market cap. But still, just let it all get fleshed out. At least, this is just a kind of a starting point, at least. But here's a piece from Daily Hodl titled, PayPal reveals surprising surge in demand for Bitcoin and crypto, launches services for 10% of its clients. And so this goes back to something that I had theorized on my channel, which is simply that the average person that's going to use PayPal, that does use PayPal, if they want to get into crypto, they're not going to care, or maybe won't even necessarily realize that they can't hold their own cryptocurrency. If they're just jumping in, if this is their first foray, the fact that PayPal is a household name and you can buy it there and people feel safe, that is enough. And so as long as it's backed on a 100% of it's backed as far as what they're selling, then I'm cooler with this. I just don't want them selling cryptocurrency that they don't hold, because that just sounds like fractional reserve banking, which is a system that we have here in the United States where banks can actually lend out money they don't have, and it's all over the globe. Frankly, it's disgusting. It's ridiculous. It just, so as long as that's not what's happening with PayPal, I think we'll ultimately be okay here. And so if that's the case, PayPal, it should still be a net plus in the end, PayPal jumping into crypto here. That would be my suspicion here, despite all of the critiques. And I think all the critiques that I and everybody else have pointed out, I think they're totally warranted. But anyway, payments giant PayPal says it's receiving far more interest in its support for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency than expected. In its Q3 earnings call, PayPal CEO Dan Schulman says customers are signing up to be the first to use the company's crypto services at a surprising rate. And here's a quote. It really came up very high on their wish list, and we are seeing that come into fruition very quickly. Now, we've only rolled this out to 10% of our base. We did that a couple of days ago, but our waiting list was 2 times to 3 times of what our expectations were. PayPal is already allowing about 10% of its customer base to buy, sell, and hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin, with a full-scale Venmo rollout coming next year. And here's another quote. We're going to take up our $10,000 limit per day to $15,000 per day based on the demand that we're seeing, and will roll out to 100% in the U.S. in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're then going to expand internationally, and we'll expand into Venmo in the first half of next year. So that's what we're starting off with. And we're seeing people who have already bought crypto open their wallets several times a day to check on what's happening with their crypto investments. So they're tracking you. Oh, yes, they're tracking you. And then the rest of his quote is, we're beginning to already see some halo effects that go on with that. But what I'm really excited about is what we're going to introduce next year, which is, I think, going to dramatically increase the utility of cryptocurrencies by enabling somebody who holds a cryptocurrency in a PayPal account to instantaneously transfer that crypto into fiat currency at a step rate, so volatility is taken out of the equation. No incremental fees charged for them to do that transaction from crypto into fiat, and then immediately settle in fiat with all $28 million of our merchants at our current take rates, and so you have no additional integration needed at any of our merchants. And this is just an elegant way of using cryptocurrencies as a funding mechanism. And so, from my perspective, all of this sounds like a positive here. And my understanding is that they're backing everything that they're selling, so that's good. I just want to see people have the ability to withdraw and hold it themselves, because excuse me, whoa, that came out of nowhere. Otherwise, it's just like the antithesis of crypto. Whoa, okay, I don't know what's going on here. I'm leaning away from the mic. See how courteous I am as your loyal, humble host here. I don't like it when YouTubers, I understand that coughs are going to happen. I don't know, I totally got it, but it's like, I feel like they're like intentionally leaning into the microphone when it happens just to like pop our eardrums or something like that. So look at me though. I leaned away. and you are welcome for that. So anyway, I think this is a cool story. Like it's just a case of just general adoption here, and it is cool to see, especially with how huge PayPal is, that the demand is substantially beyond what even they were estimating would be the case. So I'm for it in that sense. You know, I hope we don't have any horror stories as a result of the way this is set up. It's probably going to be fine. And I have been saying that, like, as harsh as I've been on them from when the announcement came out, which again I think is warranted. I always acknowledge from the beginning too, it's still probably going to turn out okay, and I do acknowledge that. Anyway, that is it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.